Hey there fellow Minecraftians, welcome to another mod showcase, and this time I'm taking a look at a new mod called the Gulliver mod. Now this already is a pretty well known mod, but before I get into it, let's take a quick look at the all renewed statistics. Now as you can see in this new fancy menu, the author is Uncle Meon. It is version 0.9.2 right now. It's a work in progress stage mod, and it is available for Minecraft 1.3.2. For the rest, only mod loader is required, and that makes it quite easy to install. Now let's get back to Minecraft and I'll show you what it does. Now probably most of you will already know the Gulliver mod. It is the resizing mod. It is absolutely fantastic, and with these two new potions right here, the splash potion of Enbiggen or splash potion of Ensmallen. These are also normal potions, by the way. I've got these splash potions because they're more useful to me right now. But with these you can either Enbiggen or Ensmallen yourself, or other mobs, like I just did with this spider right there. And let me turn off the music really quickly, sorry. And I will just very quickly show you. I'll take the Ensmallen and I'll throw it on myself. And look at that. You just shrink into this tiny little man. Now I can resize myself back again, like that, or make myself super big, like that. Yeah. As you can see, each one of these potions has a certain duration. This one still has 4 minutes and 30 seconds left, and then you will just resize to your normal size again. Now, both sizes, small as well as big, has special features. One of them is that you can actually attack mobs by stepping on them because you're so freaking huge. But yeah, like I said, they both have advantages as well as disadvantages, and that is actually quite interesting. So let's take a look at what those are. Starting off with these small features, you can't jump one block anymore. So if what is going on? Oh, stupid cat. But sorry for the interruption. But you can't jump one block anymore. That can be quite annoying. But you can still climb certain blocks, like leaves. You can climb those, and you can climb grass like that, and you can climb this gravel right here, but only one block. So if you make it too high, you won't be able to climb it anymore, unless you have this slime ball, which will allow you. You will actually first walk a lot slower, but when you go up to a block, it will allow you to climb a bit like a spider, because you're small and it is very sticky and such. Now another new feature is that you can use the fishing rod as a grappling hook, and that is really interesting. I will demonstrate it by trying to go up this lamp right here, and I will actually see if I can get it a bit like this, so it's on top. When I now right click it, as you can see, there I go. It'll just launch me up here, and that is really interesting. And now I'm up here anyway, I can show you another thing. With the paper, when you now fall, you can hold it above your head like that. It will go automatically, and you will float to the surface again, because you're light as a feather, so this single piece of paper can hold you, which is really cool. You can combine these two, of course, like that, and then you can whoop, and there you go. And that is actually a really cool way to maneuver around your world, because that obviously is a bit more difficult when you're so small, but this levels it out a bit again. Now when you're small and you have a lily pad in your inventory, you will always have a boat, because, well, you can simply use the lily pad as boat. Once again, this animation also looks really nice, and it is quite fun to use. It isn't actually much quicker than just swimming like this, but you don't have to hold the spacebar, so if you're lazy, this is a good option, I guess. Now when you're small, ocelots won't run away from you anymore, and you also won't be noticed by skeletons or zombies or creepers for that matter, so that is really useful. And what you can also do when you're small is you can take a string, go up to a mob, and right click it, and you will be able to ride it. So yes, I am now riding a cat or ocelot, whatever you prefer. But this is probably not the most useful feature, but it is a really fun and cool one. Hello there, ocelot family. Now note that you can ride any mob, so feel like riding a creeper? well, that's possible. And because you're small, he also won't see you, and he also won't attack you, and thus he will not explode, which is quite important when you're sitting on top of his head. But don't punch him, he won't like that. Oh shit. Now last but not least, you can climb cacti, like so, but when you hit a rose, you will get hurt because of the thorns on it. Now there actually are quite a few more features that you have when you're small, but I can't show them all to you, there are too many, and I can definitely recommend you to check those out as well, because there are some pretty cool ones in it. And it is all very well balanced out, because you have some advantages like climbing cacti, and you won't be seen by other mobs, evil mobs, and wow, cats are dumb. But it also has its downsides, like you're quite slow, and it is quite annoying to move, and like this, punching a grass block takes a lot longer than when you're big, and just things like that. But it is really well balanced out. But let's move on to some other things that happen when you're big. Oh, and another thing that happens when you are small is that you will drown in the rain, which is a quite funny idea, but you can use a lily pad to prevent that from happening, because you can use it as, well, sort of a lily pad umbrella, which is quite funny. But now it's time to size up, so let me use this Enbiggen splash potion, and another time, and suddenly I'm freaking huge. You can also set this to 1/4 of the size, but I mean 4th time the normal size, but I'm currently 8 times the normal size. I think you can do this with a config menu. But nonetheless, this is pretty funny. If I jump like this, as you can see, it will trample the ground. It will also trample farmlands, and it is just pretty funny. You will be quite a bit faster, and as you have already seen before, you can trample cats or any other mob for that matter, which is pretty funny. Come here, cat. And yeah, let's trample some more grass. As you can see, the jumping is slower as well. You will automatically jump over 1 high blocks like that, so you don't have to jump for that anymore. And when walking through leaves like this, you will actually have a chance to break some of them. So when I go here, some of them can break, but it only happens sometimes, and it doesn't happen when you actually sneak through them. Maybe I should have a few more leaves here, but meh, they should break. You can't really see it because they probably break on the inside as well, but those are hidden by the other leaves. But nonetheless, those features are pretty cool. Now you also can't just open chests anymore like this. As you can see, that does not work. You will need to have something pointy, like a bone for example, to open it, or a sword works as well, or a stick, or an arrow. You get the point, just anything that is pointy and is the shape of well, a stick-ish form. But when I try to use a bucket for example like this, it will not work. When you just break ground in survival like this, it will actually break multiple blocks at once because of your big fists. It for some reason slightly bugs out for me like this, but still it works, and it is actually quite funny. And with this there comes one of the annoying things about being big. You can't just step into 1x1 holes, or 2x2 holes for that matter. It is really hard to get in here to get these blocks. Ah, there we go. But that can actually be quite a pain. You just don't fit through anything anymore, and when I go into water also, the lily pad will break, which is also a cool feature. Same thing also happens with grass. I can't jump down here because... Oh, there you also saw the lace breaking, by the way. You didn't see that before yet. But I'll get down there and show you, and I'll show you it on grass. And when I walk through here, through the grass and the leaves, it can break. As you can see, some seeds drop because it broke. And same goes for things like these reeds over here. When I walk on them, they can break, and that will give me those reeds. So that can be useful as well as annoying when walking through a forest or anything quite dense like this. Navigating through here is a pain when you're big. Now the last thing that I want to show you is that you can also use these splash potions on other mobs. So for example, when I take a creeper, I throw an Ensmallen potion on him, he will become a very tiny little creeper, which is really funny. Let's punch him. Ah, you can explode, my little friend. Oh, it's a bit like a baby creeper. It is really nice. But the same thing also goes when I enlarge him, which is actually quite scary. And in the intro I also enlarged one of these cave spiders. Oh hi. Whoops. Yeah, then that happens. Then you don't want to have that happen in your normal world, because it will pretty much screw it up. Let's try some other mobs. It is Super Enderman. Holy crap, this thing is scary. Next to Mini Enderman. Oh, so here we have a huge blaze. Or maybe you want a small blaze. Well, that is possible too. I just need to hit him. That is one. I also shrunk myself down, but that doesn't matter. And that is two. I will enlarge myself again. And look at that tiny little blaze. He's 8 times smaller than normal. Come at me, bruh. Super slime that is on fire. Oh shit, he screwed my tree up. This pond may be a bit too small for him. Look at all those tiny villagers. You can make your own Sims version out of this. Anyway, this mod is really fun to play around with. I haven't even covered half of its features yet, I think, but I can't make the video any longer. But nonetheless, just go check this mod out. It is absolutely amazing. I will put the link to the thread in the description as always. For the rest, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.